Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff's biggest flaw sparks surprise claim about Mirra Andreeva's Wimbledon edge. "I think I need to work on the execution part," said Coco Gauff about how her forehand still needs improvement. However, despite her arsenal having that serious issue, the 2 Grand Slams to her name would testify that the 21-year-old has found ways to meander around the issue. Luckily though, she's not alone in this. There are plenty of others who also suffer from the same trouble. Notably, Mirra Andreeva seems to walk in the same path as Gauff, but like the latter, the Russian could also overcome the troubles. Just hours ago, Andreeva defeated the US ace Emma Navarro in the round of 16 at SW19 to reach the quarterfinals. And yet, despite the feat, the teenager's forehand caused many clenched eyebrows at the British Slam. Now, as Andreeva waits to face Belinda Bencic, one former star believes that the 2024 Paris Olympics silver medalist could take a page out of Gauff's books to subdue her upcoming opponent. In a YouTube upload by the Tennis Channel from July 7, ex-pro player Victoria Duval shared her thoughts on how Mirra could turn to Coco Gauff to find a way to work through her forehand troubles. Noting that while Andreeva has spent more play time on clay and hard courts, Duval said about the unique challenge Wimbledon poses for the Russian, "Grass is a surface that's not as forgiving as the others, and it's more unpredictable. So I think for Mirra, there's a lot more variability in how the ball is going to be received on her forehand side." However, she also asserted that a prime example is nearby for Andreeva to sort out her problem. If we look at someone like Coco Gauff, who's accomplished so much with her forehand and the struggles that she can have on that side as well. Mirra is so tough, and the good news for her, she's only 20, 19, 18 years old. So, she has a lot of time to figure it out, the former world number 87 said. She also didn't forget to highlight that Mirra's coach, Conchita Martinez, who won Wimbledon in 1994, could also help her student to break through her forehand issue. "I don't see it as an obstacle for her," the former tennis star concluded about Andreeva's forehand causing trouble against Bencic. However, looking at the track record of the world number 7, Duval should already know that Andreeva is up for taking on even the fiercest of rivals without wincing. Don't believe us? Just take a look at how well the 2024 season panned out for the young Russian. Mirra Andreeva could do well, with a little handout from Martina Navratilova. The 18x Grand Slam winning icon, Martina Navratilova, also shared a few tips with the Russian that we'd wager helped out Andreeva in her pursuit of becoming a tennis sensation herself. Just after Mirra won her first match at Wimbledon against Egypt's Mayar Sharif, Navratilova got to spend some time with the former on the sets of the Tennis Channel. And as you'd hope as a rising tennis player, the former world number 1 did have a few things to share with her successor. "Staying low is essential and shorten up the swings a little bit," Navratilova told Andreeva, suggesting that players hate when their opponents slice the ball low. The 19-year-old obviously didn't look unwelcome to receive tips from the legend, but also posited that if she lost her next match, it would definitely be on Navratilova. A chuckle erupted on the set, but so far, it does seem like Martina's advice paid off, especially considering how Andreeva essentially breezed through all her next 3 opponents at Wimbledon. Well, while the dinner promise to Navratilova is yet to be followed up on, we do believe it'll only happen once the teen wraps up her Wimbledon. But do you think the dinner will take place between 2 British Slam champs? Or between one legend and one Grand Slam celebrity still in the making? Share your thoughts on Mirra Andreeva's possible final Wimbledon results with us. The Flaw, Coco Gauff's unexpected unraveling. Fresh off her triumph at Roland Garros, where she secured a second Grand Slam title, number 2, seeded Coco Gauff entered Wimbledon with sky-high expectations. But in a stunning twist, she fell in the very first round to Ukraine's Diana Yastremska, 7-6, 3, 6-1, logging 29 unforced errors and 9 double faults along the way. en.wikipedia.org, +15. people.com, +15. theguardian.com, +15. On grass, the narrative unraveled quickly. Gauff confessed she was mentally overwhelmed after her French Open celebrations, and she simply hadn't had the focus or preparation. The grass court mindset, something that demands crisp, controlled aggression, eluded her. In her own words, she blamed poor preparation and mental fatigue for her early exit. WashingtonPost.com. That flaw, mental fragility under the post-victory slump, came into sharp relief. Even an elite athlete like Gauff, at the peak of form, showed that emotional ebb and flow can drastically shift outcomes, even for a top-ranked player. Seedling Mirra Andreeva, the rocket on the rise. Contrast this with 18-year-old Mirra Andreeva, who, playing on center court in her debut Wimbledon quarterfinal, looked poised and unshakable. TheGuardian.com. After brushing aside Emma Navarro 6-2, 6-3, she barely flinched when Federer's eye-catching presence in the royal box drew her attention. Metro.co.uk. +15. Aftonbladet.se. +15. TheGuardian.com. +15. Instead of dissolving under pressure, she regained her composure and closed out the match. Drawing from a background colored by family and a strong mental regime, including pre-bedtime self-talk, Andreeva appears to have shaped mental resilience into one of her major weapons, ironically, the very thing that tripped up Gauff. Lightbulb, a surprising claim. Andreeva's Wimbledon edge. Here's where it gets compelling. Some analysts now claim that Andreeva's calm, centered mindset gives her a potential edge at Wimbledon, a tournament defined as much by mental toughness as by serve and volley skill. Where Gauff cracked under the pressure of expectation and fatigue, Andreeva has repeatedly shown a capacity to compartmentalize distractions. Yes, even iconic ones like Federer in the crowd, and reset mid-match. People.com. +3. WashingtonPost.com. +3. TheTimes.co.uk. +3. TheGuardian.com. +7. Aftonbladet.se. +7. TheTimes.co.uk. +7. In doing so, she pulls what could be a signature edge, consistent clarity amidst chaos. At SW19, grass court tennis rewards not just spin and serve, but the ability to shrug off missed shots, shift focus, and maintain rhythm. That reflex, instantly regaining balance, mentally and physically, is what separates contenders. Andreeva is building a case that she's already polished that reflex to a gleam. Balance scale, contrast. Mind versus momentum. Gauff, riding high on fame and momentum after French Open glory, but classic vision burn, the post-title letdown, followed by confusion over media demands and physical rest. Yastremska ruthlessly pounced. Andreeva, still largely under the radar in mainstream media. There's less external noise. But she carries an iron mental core, built partly from self-talk reflection, partly from early grass game battles, and partly from absorbing the legacy of champions like Conchita Martinez. People.com. +1. Reuters.com. +1. This contrast underpins the surprise claim. Where Gauff's flaw was a mental collapse, Andreeva's edge may lie in mental mastery. Mantelpiece clock, if this were a movie. Picture two protagonists. One, a bright star consumed by the glare post-victory, drifting into a fog. The other, a newcomer, quietly trained under the radar, stepping onto the big stage with surprising serenity. The old guard falters, the newcomer thrives. It's not just talent, it's narrative arc, emotional arcs at odds, mental toughness the deciding variable. Magnifying glass tilted left, the deeper implications. Grass court personality matters. Wimbledon demands instant recovery. Serve flops, returns botched. Players need to mentally snap back without pause. Gauff did not. Pressure versus possibility. Gauff's flaw felt typical of stars weighed down. Andreeva's early journey, less on the spotlight, more on the work, diminishes that weight. Youthful recalibration. Ironically, Andreeva's emotional volatility, see Wimbledon 2023 racket penalty meltdown, didn't doom her. It taught her. She's matured remarkably in 2 years. End arrow final scene. What it all means. Coco Gauff's biggest flaw, her surprisingly fragile mental state post-French Open, has inadvertently thrust Andreeva's emerging mental fortitude into the spotlight. This surprise claim isn't just fluff, it's grounded in performance. And radically, it reorients expectations. The match to watch may soon be the next one where mental power trumps pedigree. Word count so far, 900. We can expand if you'd like deeper tactical breakdown, player quotes, or poetic sequences. But this captures the central theme: mental resilience versus mental collapse, and how on this grass stage, Andreeva might just be writing a new script.